Okay, Season 3, Okayama. Um, this track is first time I'm doing it. Track's 27 degrees. I've seen practice sessions 24 degrees, so you could be a little bit more aggressive when it's faster like that. First 3 laps, the tires are pretty slick, so be careful. You got to be a little bit more cautious. Definitely when the tires are cold, practice those cold tire laps. We'll go through the corners in slow-mo as usual and then run it out at full speed. If you're in the high 58s, 59s, certainly if you're in the 1 minutes, hopefully you can find some time here to shave off. If you see something I can shave off, leave a comment, and yeah, hit the like or subscribe. Here we go. So coming up to the blue cone, 4th gear. I like to leave it in 4th gear. If you're drafting off someone in the race, you probably want to be in 5th. Just keep that in mind. You're going to be carrying more speed a little bit in the draft. So in real time it looks like I'm braking just before the blue cone, but in slow-mo it's a little further back from the blue cone. So 4th gear, shifting down into 3rd. Definitely on cold tires. 2nd gear is certainly a pretty safe bet that won't cost you too much time for the first couple of laps. So 3rd gear, pretty heavy on the brakes. Load up the front end, get the turn in going, and you really want to cut this corner and get on the power as early as you can. Right where this sandy section is, you definitely want to be getting on the power. I could have been on the power maybe a little earlier, but that's not too bad. Getting onto full power and then just trying to straighten the wheel as much as you can. This corner does tighten up on you, so just be aware of that. If you get onto the sand, you're gonna have a bad day, so be careful as that corner tightens up. Just run it wide out to the curbs, trying to keep that wheel straight. And then leaving it in 3rd gear, looking for the end of the sand here, and braking down into 2nd, so I'm braking just before the sand. 2nd gear, pretty good bit of brakes just to slow the car down, and I like to keep it tight against this green. The wider you go, there's a bump here. You'll see it at full speed into this new section of the track. That bump can kind of upset your car pretty good. So 2nd gear, just carrying some speed, and then right around this cement section here, gonna shift down into 1st, just after the cement section there, and down into 1st just to tighten it up and really getting aggressive on this curb. As long as you keep your outside tire on the pavement, you won't get the X, but I think if you get that tire onto your outside tire onto the curb, you will get the X, and also the car's gonna get real loose. So keep 2 tires on the track, and then getting up into 2nd, probably around here. There we go, 2nd gear. Getting on the power, that's important. This is a bit of a long straight for this track. Again, getting on the curb, you really have to get on the curb, otherwise you're going to be running wide. And again, keeping your outside tire on the track, it'll save you from getting that X. And then just unwinding the wheel as much as you can, trying to hold full throttle through that 2nd corner. If you have to lift, it is going to cost you, and the guys behind you are going to pounce. So 2nd gear, I think if you get over the green stuff, you get an X, so just be aware of that. And then getting back on the track before the end of the curb here in the grass, save you from that X. Shifting up into 3rd gear. Then looking at this 50 board, I like to leave it in 3rd gear. You could go up into 4th, but I find that doesn't really get you a lot of time. Again, if you're drafting, maybe that's something you might want to do, but otherwise I like to leave it in 3rd, and looking for this hole in the fence here. kind of between the 50 board and the hole in the fence. Shifting down into second, getting on the brakes. Pretty good on the brakes, and just carrying some speed, and then I think right around there, shifting down into first, just to tighten up the radius here a bit. And again, just getting on the curbs here a little bit, not wanting to run too wide. And then pulling it back over to the left. Again, in the race, if you're defending, this is going to change up a little bit. You'll probably want to be more to the right, so practice that line. Leaving it in first, just a little touch of brakes, just to get that front end gripping a little bit better. And then just easing on the power, and that's the important thing, especially when tires are cold. If you stomp on the gas, you are going to spin and lose the back end. So just easing on the power, unwinding the wheel, working your way out to the outside curbs here. Again, if you get onto that grass, you're going to get an X. I just don't know how far over you can get, to be honest. And then as soon as the grass comes, you want to be on the track again. So up into third gear, and looking for this Marshall post. I've seen some videos where this Marshall post isn't there. I think it's event option on your graphics. Turn that to high, and you'll have that Marshall box. Not the most important thing in the world, but I like to have all those little markers on the track. So this one's kind of a blind corner, third gear, and just basically at this Marshall post, turning the wheel to make this next one. That's a good marker. And getting on the curb, and you want to get on the curb as far onto it as you can without actually going over the edge. If you go over the edge, it's not the end of the world, but your car's going to get pretty unsteady. So as much as you can without going over. Third gear, full throttle. Even on cold tires, if you nail it, you shouldn't have to lift. And then looking for the end of this green stuff, third gear. Again, you could go up into fourth, but I like to leave it in third. Pretty good on the brakes, just to get the front end loaded up and get that turn in. And then you really want to get on the power as soon as you have the car turned in. Get on that power, because this is obviously the big straight. And again, getting on the curb there. I try to avoid the grass, but if you take a little bit of the grass, you can. As long as you leave your outside tire on the pavement, you shouldn't get an X. And just easing on the throttle. Probably could have been a little more on the throttle there. And there's a lift. That's not good. Don't do that. And full power. Again, using all of the green stuff. You can get your outside tire onto the dirt a little bit. I think the X comes if your inside tire gets on the green stuff, then you get the X. So watch out for that, and getting too deep into that sand isn't going to make you faster anyway. And then getting onto the track before the grass comes. And that's it. So that's 58.4. So hopefully it's a quick lap. Hopefully you can find something in there that takes a little time off your lap times. Hit the like or subscribe. We'll see you out there. Good luck, and try and stay out of the pits. And we'll go at full speed here.